Hey everyone, we're live and thank you for joining me today. Today is January 29th and we have one more working day left of this month. And if you're diligent and conscientious, you're probably going to be here on Saturday as well, working away on Saturday as well. But regardless, the month is coming to an end. And my question is, did you set your goals for 2026 yet? Honestly, I only got round to mine this week, so I kind of figure I couldn't be the only one late to the goal setting party. Anyway, before we continue, can you give me a hashtag live or a hashtag replay, depending on where you're watching? And if you are new here, it would be great to know where you're watching from. Anyway, before we continue, okay. Most goals don't fall apart because people give up. The reality is, most goals don't fall apart because people give up. They fall apart because life shows up. Work gets busy, family needs you, energy dips, and suddenly the goal you set with good intentions doesn't fit anymore. I really don't think that's a motivational problem. That's a lack of structure. The problem we have is goals fail when they exist in isolation. They sound good in January, they look good written down, but they don't connect to real life. Most people set goals by copying what others are doing, choosing what sounds impressive, aiming for outcomes without thinking about the process. So when real life kicks in, there's nothing holding the goal in place. Structure really is what turns a goal from an idea into something usable. So, what does structure actually mean? When I say structure, I don't mean rigid routines or packed schedules. Structure simply means you know what matters, you know what comes next, and you don't have to decide everything every day. It removes guessing. It also removes overwhelm and it gives your goal somewhere to live. Without structure, goals rely on motivation and they rely on habit. And motivation and habit can be lacking when other things come in and demand your time and your energy. So, why goal setting creates structure? Goals aren't about pressure. Why does goal setting why does goal setting create structure? Goals aren't about pressure, they're about direction. A well set goal gives your week focus. It helps you say no to distractions and it makes progress very visible. The problem isn't goal setting, the problem is how most people do it. And I'm not saying that my way is the best way, but it has worked for me. So I figured we could kind of let's walk this through together because this isn't about dreaming bigger, it's about thinking clearer. Hey everyone, we are live and thank you for joining me today. Today is January 29th and we have one more working day till the end of the month. Well, if you're really conscientious, you might be showing up on Saturday. Um, but let me ask you, have you set your goals for 2026 yet? Honestly, I only got round to mine this week, so I kind of figure I couldn't be the only one late to the goal setting party. Anyway, before we continue, give me a hashtag live or a hashtag replay, depending on where you are watching. And if you are new here, it would really be great to know where you are watching from. Now, the truth of the matter is, most January goals crash the moment real life kicks back in, and it's not because people lack motivation. The reality is, most goals don't fall apart because people give up. They fall apart because life shows up. Work gets busy, family needs you, energy dips, and suddenly the goal you set with good intentions just doesn't fit anymore. And personally, I don't think that's a motivation problem. That really is a lack of structure. So, why do goals fail without structure? The problem is goals fail when they exist in isolation. They sound good in January. They look good written down, but they don't connect to real life. Most people set goals by copying what others are doing, choosing something that sounds impressive, and aiming for outcomes without thinking about the process and what's going to get you there. So when that real life kicks in, there's nothing holding the goal in place. Structure is what turns a goal from an idea into something usable. And when I say structure, I don't mean rigid routines or packed schedules. Structure simply means that you know what matters, you know what comes next, and you don't have to decide everything every day. It really removes the guesswork and, to a degree, the overwhelm. It gives your goals somewhere to live. Without goals, without structure rather, goals rely on motivation and they rely on habit. And the truth is that when life takes over and curveballs come your way, motivation and habit sometimes disappear. So why does goal setting create structure? Well, I think goals are not about pressure, they're about direction. A well set goal gives your week a focus. It does help you say no to distractions, because why are you going off doing this when you know very clearly that you've got your path for the week set out? And it makes your progress visible. When you look back over your week and assess where you've come from, there is a program that you have followed. The problem isn't goal setting. The problem is how most people do it. So, how to approach goal setting properly? Now, this is my way. It's not necessarily the right way, and it might not be your way, but this is the way that I've done it the last couple of years, and it works for me. And I thought maybe we could walk it through together. And it isn't about dreaming bigger, it's about thinking clearer. So, first of all, we start with reality. Now, if you're there thinking about this with me and following along, write down what your life actually looks like right now, and how much time and energy you realistically have. Because the thing is, if the goal doesn't fit your life, it isn't going to survive. I mean, it's a little bit like New Year's resolutions. I think New Year's resolutions die come about the 15th of January because A, they're unrealistic, people can't maintain them, whatever reason, life gets in the way, and your goals with your business are exactly the same thing. So your step two is to decide what actually matters. So choose three things that matter this year. You don't need 10 and you don't need everything. Three is a good number, because if everything is important, then it means that nothing is important. Nothing stands out as something that you're aiming to get to. So you turn your goals into a weekly focus. And for each goal, you ask yourself, what can I do this week that moves this forward? And you're not looking for a perfect process and you're not looking to do it on a huge scale. You just want to be very clear on what your next steps will be. And when you have that, that is where your structure is created. Before you finish planning, decide what is the very next action that you're going to take. So when you have a spare moment, you don't think, panic, wonder, get stuck. You don't have to because you have it in your goals and you can just act on it. And this creates consistency because when your goals fit your life, respect your energy, and respecting your energy is very important. And you have clear steps, consistency stops being a struggle. You stop actually starting over. You stop feeling like you're always trying to catch up. You just keep moving forward. And the wonderful thing is, with your goals, you're moving in the right direction for what you want to achieve. And that's what changes everything for you. So if your goals in the past have felt um, too heavy, or they're too fragile, or you can just drop them, it's not because you're bad at following through. It's because you weren't structured. They weren't structured to support you. The structure doesn't restrict you, it supports you. And that's what is important. And that's, I think, what we often forget. But that's how goals actually last. So if you haven't already done your goals, I have a workbook that you can take and map out your goals later. I'm very happy to send over the link. Please remember to make a copy, download a copy of it before you start so you can enter direct into the document. So all you need to do is just drop goals in the comment and I will drop that into your DMs. Now, if anybody has any questions, drop them into the comments. Hi, Cheryl. You're not seeing me. Ah, now I wonder why you're not seeing me. I know why you're not seeing me. I forgot to turn on the camera. Oh boy, what a day. It has been that kind of day today. Anyway, I am here. All these little things that go wrong. Anyway, fortunately, that's not the end of the world. So if anyone's got any questions, drop them below. Okay, Cheryl, cool. Okay. Thank you for watching. A black screen. Aparna, I see you are watching. Um, Wonderful. Lovely to see you here. Now I'm actually wondering, should I redo this later on so we have a picture? Oh, I'll have a think about it. It's not the end of the world. Um, it's Thursday and I'm looking particularly pale and tired today. Anyway, it's not about me, so no questions. Okay. I will say thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, give me a hashtag value in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.